administrative salaries. Is that true or is that not true? We brought a coach in a couple of years ago, and this was ridiculous to me. We paid him how can a coach make $200 less? Well, what do we? I'm a coach. Basketball is important to me, but what is more important? Which I got 24 kids at Lawrence County, but I understand that those 24 kids are important to me. But I understand there's 600 or 700 other kids up there in the high school. But here's what amazes me: a coach, and of course he's gone. Don't mean of course he's gone now, but he makes $200 less than Robbie Fletcher, who's got much more as far as education, as far as the hours he puts in, as far as his responsibility. Now, how can you do that? And he teaches a half a day. Yeah, when I coached up here, I made $3,500. You say, oh, he's upset because, no, I'm saying this. He may have been a better coach, but he's no $72,000 better. And I took my I spent about $5,000 fixing up the dressing room so kids can have it better.
Not Johnny showed that, did
it's just stuff like that. Of course, we look at the ADA, and Craig Grayson does a great job. And Craig, we had our differences, and I'll tell you what, another thing, if I had to do over and never pick up a basketball and make more enemies than that, but then again, I think, how many good kids have I coached? How many Carla Boots, B.J. Moores, and I can name them and go on and on and on. And still, how coaching is, you can. But we got to help Craig. So our teachers we got to get those kids to school. Like you talked about homeschool. I don't know what the deal is with homeschool. I think a lot of it, kids think it's and I know, a lot of kids are raised by who in Martin County? I've taught home grandparents. And if little Johnny wants to stay home, grandma, grandpa said so. But we got to get out and we got to accommodate those kids some way. And I'm willing to do what I need to do. Use a teacher. And I know sometimes I've been there a teacher. Heck, I was glad little Johnny didn't come some days. But then again, that's going to affect my salary. I better get little Johnny there some way. And I think we should personally go out and visit and get those kids. Get them to school. And I don't know what the deal is with homeschool. I've had some friends, good friends that did their kids, and I think they're cheating their kids. A good public education is so much better than homeschool. So much better. We got to make those parents realize that. And as Mr. Miller said, we got to get parents. If you don't get their kids to buy into education, what do we got to do? We got to get the parents to buy into it. We got to do something. We got to sit down. With Miss Burns, and she said, we want to sit down. If we get a committee of teachers, boy, I'm willing to serve on a committee with you all to look into some of that stuff. So we need to encourage, maybe we need to, Craig needs help. Like I said, he does a good job, but we got to have help from teachers. We just got to do it. Another problem I've looked at is, teaching is so stressful. A lot more stressful. You guys are a lot more stressed than I was when I taught. And I know it's for test score and what the pressure is put on you. But teacher absenteeism, if we can sit down and discuss how can we do this, and I know sometimes, and I've done it myself, which I try to go, I think the most I went 8 years without missing a day. One thing I didn't, of course, Pam back there and say, well, he wasn't that great a teacher, but here's one thing about it. I didn't, and I know for sickness, you look at cancer, I'll tell you one of the best teachers, she's at the top of my list, Mary Ellen Hartman. To me, we got a lot of excellent teachers, but now, and here's what makes a great teacher, they go the extra mile. And here's what, and she's the only, when I taught homebound, which I don't like to brag, but, I bought over 1,500 Happy Meals, and I had one kid the other day come up to me and tell me, I still got those 300 Hot Wheels, you brought me over the years, and I haven't opened one of them. I'm going to save them. And but here's what she did. I don't know a whole lot about chemistry. I don't know a whole lot about physics. Some of you may say you don't know a whole lot about anything. But during her planning period, and I remember the kids, one of them was Thomas Fletcher, had Crohn's disease, and she went during her planning period with me to explain to him as far as chemistry. During her planning period, she goes, we drive, and of course we got to get back in time for the next class. But that's, you go the extra mile. That's what makes a great teacher. I think she's a great teacher. I don't know how you feel, and we got a lot of, I worked with Nina McCoy, I worked with a lot of Bobby Allen. Hey, we got some excellent teachers. I won't say you're as good as one of them. But we do, and I know what you do. But as far as absenteeism, and I've done this, like I said, I get my doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll hit the, Ashland Mall. I've done that. That's something, we got to look at. How can we cut down on absentee? I know it's a stressful job. I know there's a lot of illness, but that's a big expense. We've looked over it, I don't know, close to $250,000 on substitute teaching. If you can cut down on that, there's going to be room for your rates. We're looking at, like I say, the daily average attendance. If you get that up, there's going to be some money there. So we got to work on that. And as far as absenteeism, we got to monitor things. And I like to say, you don't push things down to teachers. You don't do it. But what can we do? I mean, you got to sit down. You guys got to sit down and come up. It's like with my basketball team. What? Give me some input. Here's our rules. Here's what we need to do. You're going to have to decide. I think we need to work together, sit down and let's decide what's best for everybody. And then let's stick with it. And I know it's I've seen this. Labor Day's on Monday, so let's take Friday and let's get a 4-day weekend. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying it happens. I see it in Lawrence County. It happens, and that's something we need to look at. I don't know. Maybe you say, no, you're crazy. You're not right. Maybe I am. But and here's another. We talk about retired teachers, and give me some facts on this, guys. Is our policy? And I'm a retired teacher. I never benefited from actually teach so many days as far as homebound. I didn't. Wasn't in that category. But how many days is there? After 10 days, you double up or some way, or do you increase? What is that? See, not Lawrence County. Is it a state regulation? Is it state? Everybody's up 10 days. And again, you need continuity in substitute teaching. I realize that, but that's a big expense. And I know in certain situations, classes, you got to do it. I think it's something we got to look at as far as that policy. But I said enough. I said too much. But listen, I want to say one final thing. One final thing. Like I say, as far as absenteeism, we look at that. I think we need to sit down and look at that. But I got the utmost respect for you. I'm proud to have been a teacher. Still consider myself a teacher and a coach. And of course, Lawrence County, I'll look at this, which I know the reason Lawrence County is keeping me. I've resigned down there 3 times. The superintendent called me in last week. He wants me to stay on as coach, and I'll tell you the reason he wants me to stay on. He keeps telling me, oh, you did a good job. But we haven't had a complaint on you in 2 years. The main reason he wants me to stay, because if I leave, you're probably going to have to bring somebody in. And right now, he's saving $50,000 on me because I'm not a teacher. So, it's in every district, and they look at things. And I told him, I said, I don't know what reason you want to keep me. Just be straight out. You don't want to pay another, bring somebody in and have to pay them $50,000 to teach, plus another 6 or 7,000 a coach. That's my opinion. Whatever I can do, and I don't go to bed till 3 o'clock at night.